We are standing at the most paradoxical turning point in human history. Before we dive in, join me in a thought experiment. Imagine you were a billionaire who achieved financial freedom long ago. One day, you take your private yacht out to sea. The forecast predicted clear skies, but a sudden storm washes you ashore on a deserted island. There is no water, no supplies, only you and the cold digits in your bank account in that moment. You'd be willing to trade $100 million for a single bottle of water, only to realize no one is there to sell it to you. That is when you realize money has never been wealth itself. Money is merely a voucher. Behind this voucher is that labor others are willing to provide and the goods they produce. On a deserted island, your millions are worth nothing. The real wealth of the world is the total productive capacity of society: energy, healthcare, transport, and the collective 24 hours of 8 billion people. Dimension 1. The time ceiling of human civilization. For thousands of years, the underlying logic of economics was simple. Productivity population, times time, times technology. No matter how much money we print, or how much financial leverage we use, we could never break the ultimate ceiling. Everyone only has 24 hours a day. Money and debt are lubricants. They allow us to borrow future capacity for today, but they cannot create more hands or more energy. This is why top-tier doctors and elite education are always in short supply. Real value is built from human time, a finite and non-renewable resource. This has been the hard constraint of human civilization for millennia. The arrival of AI is essentially an attempt to dismantle this ceiling. It is no longer just a technological advance. It is the creation of non-human productivity. Dimension 2. The paradox of infinite productivity versus zero income. The essence of AI is the violent substitution of human labor as a factor of production. If AI and robots take over the vast majority of labor, the pillars of our logic begin to collapse. Follow this logic. If humans lose their value as labor, who will receive a salary? If there are no salaries, who will be the consumers? Imagine an entrepreneur with a top-tier AI factory who produces 100 million perfect items. Suddenly, he realizes he cannot sell a single one. Why? Because the workers who used to buy those items were replaced by AI. No work means no income, and no income means no consumption. This is a fatal loop. The higher the productivity, the higher the unemployment. The higher the unemployment, the more demand shrinks. When this supply-demand cycle is cut by algorithms, productivity becomes meaningless inventory. You will realize that the old monetary system can no longer sustain the flow of society. Dimension 3. The Nordic shift and the redistribution of power. If the logic of distribution based on labor fails, how will society function? Historically, we have seen distribution methods that didn't rely solely on currency systems based on quotas and vouchers. I'm not saying we are going backward, but rather that market economics is not the only way to distribute wealth. When AI concentrates productivity in the hands of the few, who own the algorithms and energy, existing wealth distribution will fail. It will likely be replaced by a high-tax, high-welfare global model. This is the ultimate evolution of the Nordic model. The state taxes the surplus value of AI output heavily to guarantee every citizen's healthcare, education, and basic needs. In that era, wealth might no longer be gained through individual competition, but through social security. You won't sell your house for surgery. In such a world, would you still sacrifice your entire life just to accumulate digits? Dimension 4. Escaping the one-dimensional cage. The philosopher Herbert Marcuse warned in One-Dimensional Man that modern society creates a cage of consumerism. We believe that pursuing money and material goods is the only meaning of life. We work to buy, and we work more to buy more. If AI truly solves the problem of survival, should we finally let go of our obsession with wealth? Our parents' generation, before the era of digital wealth obsession, still had love, aesthetics, and a sense of purpose. Have we become so alienated by market economics that we've turned into precision parts designed only to chase money? The arrival of the AI era is about giving survival back to the machines and giving life back to humans. Wealth will no longer be the sole yardstick of success. It will return to what it was meant to be, a tool for confidence in life, not life itself. If money is no longer a god, what do you plan to do with the rest of your time that is truly meaningful? I'm Lenswide. Subscribe for more economic insights.